to Raw and Uncut Reloaded. I just want to talk to you guys about my Thursday and my today. Um, these 2 days have been really testy, but not just testy, but also they have some growth in them, you know? So I just want to talk to you guys about them. So my Thursday, I pretty much wanted to learn a method dealing with the line of work that I do. And I had pretty much called up my big boss and had asked him, to kind of clarify this method that I wanted to use for one of my clients. And it was going good, but I literally got a rush of being overwhelmed. I got the feeling of being insecure and also kind of like vulnerable and uncomfortable at that moment because I started to be in a moment of not being confident in myself in learning this method. And I literally started crying because I got scared because I was just like, oh my God, like maybe I'm not ready. Like maybe I am not, maybe I shouldn't be going so hard for this position, especially when I can't learn this little part right here and I'm struggling with it. I'm gonna be honest, some things I'm a fast learner and some things I might be a little slow, okay? I ain't retarded, I might just be a little slow. So I was just having a hard time of just kind of keeping up. Also, I am a hands-on learner too. Like, I need my teacher to be like right in front of me so I can see what they're doing exactly. But this time around, we were just kind of doing it over the phone and I was just kind of struggling with it. And I was just so afraid to like show that side of me being vulnerable. Like I was afraid to even like, express myself in the moment and telling him like, yeah, like, no, like I am not confident in myself with this. And yeah, it was just crazy. I'm not a big person. I'm not a person to really be vulnerable. I'm not a person to really be insecure, really, like I do have like, my insecurities on certain things, but I'm really not that type of person to be that way. I am very optimistic, so it was just really hard, in that moment to just have to express or, I had to just, I just felt like I kind of felt stupid. Like I felt dumb, like I felt like I wasn't even smart enough to even learn this method, and I kind of had to tell him that, and like I literally immediately like got off the phone because I was just like, yeah, like no, like I'm not gonna show you this side of me like kind of breaking down and shutting down because my brain is not calculating what I'm trying to gain knowledge on. And it was just crazy. So like I literally got off the phone with my big boss and I just I appreciate him so much for like even just taking the time out to help me. It's funny because I think he was at the gym at the time. So like, it was just really cool for him taking that time out. But just going back to just being, in a vulnerable state or, not confident with yourself, the pro to me feeling like that and what I kind of learned from it was despite me feeling like that, that was motivation for me to go harder to actually really learn the method and really learn it the right way. It motivated me to even go harder to just gain the knowledge and to receive it and just be a sponge and to just absorb all the knowledge, that I need to know moving forward. So it definitely, got me thinking, like, okay, like, don't be afraid, to learn something new, but at the same time, don't be afraid to show this side because you can get help. The help is there. You might just need the help a little bit slower than others, but don't be afraid to, acknowledge that for yourself, but also make someone aware, because I mean, at the same time, we're human beings, so we also have to teach people how to teach us, we have to teach people how to, be a friend to us, be, a spouse to us, or, even a mom or a dad to us. So, it's all about knowing yourself, but also being able to teach others how to even teach you, or, and also being open-minded to just be open with others on the things that you kind of might lack and you're afraid of showing because you feel like you might get laughed at. Because that's my thing too. Like, I felt like, I might get laughed at because I'm a person that, I might not learn something as quick than the next person. So yeah, I was just struggling with that. It's also, when I thought about it too, like, it's also me it was also a traumatic experience, I would say, that kind of also came into play in that moment of time of me learning this method with my big boss. Like, because as a kid, when I would ask for help and my parents, when I would ask them for help, it was not really help. It was them kind of like yelling at me to force me to get the method, instead of them actually teaching me, taking their time and being calm. It was more of them like, as bad as it sounds in some of our households, I'm gonna get the belt if you don't figure it out type deal, So for me growing up, that was actually a very traumatic moment. And in that moment on Thursday, that's kind of what came into play, was a moment like that, because I started to feel like I was really stupid and like, dang, like, this is some information a 9-year-old can get and I can't get it. You know what I mean? So it was just crazy, because in that moment I just started to feel like I was like that little girl again. I was just like, dang, like, I might really be slow. But I'm not slow, y'all. I'm not slow. But like I said, it just motivated me to just go harder, to just learn everything, when it comes down to what I do. It just, motivated me to go harder. Like, don't get discouraged. Don't, shy away from this. This is something that you want. So put the work into it to get what you want and to get where you want to be. So it was definitely motivation for myself to, just study hard. Like, study hard. The resources are there. The numbers are there. The book is there. Just study, study, study. Whether, you don't go out to work for a day and you lock yourself up in your room and you just study and be a sponge and absorb all the knowledge with this. So when it's your turn, you're doing it right. So that's just something that I did go through on Thursday and I did learn and grow from. And, I literally prayed to God, like, just grant me the confidence that I need in that area, and the wisdom, and to just let me remain a student of this game, and have, God's favor, and to just learn all this stuff. So it was, it was a difficult little Thursday for me, but it got better with the time. And today, oh my gosh, today I woke up like Cinderella. And then I felt like Cinderella that was, living with her stepmama and her stepsisters towards the ending of the dang day. That's how I was feeling. Okay, so I was fine, right? I was fine. I was playing my music this morning, motivating. Like, I got on my motivate and pump up call with my team, all this good stuff. I'm driving, I'm vibing, everything's cool. I started doing my job and I'm out there just, hitting them streets. I'm hitting them street corners, you feel me? I'm outside. So the first I made a few connections with, neighbors in the hood and stuff like that. So like, yeah, it was a little dry in that hood. So, me and my homegirl, we went somewhere else. And we started knocking up in there, and it, it seemed a little bit better. So we was like, all right, cool. We'll thug it out this way. So my next interaction with a human being was very like mind-boggling. Like when I tell you, I went up to this lady just to say hi, how you doing? Just normal interaction. We are human beings, you guys. Like it is okay for someone to say, hey, how you doing? It is okay for you to have a normal conversation. This lady, y'all, was flat out rude. Like literally. And when I tell you, like, I'm just like, okay, like I'm just like, you better chill. So she just came off really rude. And I was just like, yeah, like, I just want to say, how you doing? And she was like, well, no, I don't want nothing from you. She kind of started cursing at me. So, in my head, right? In my head, I was just like, okay, cool. Like, I'm not even gonna go there with you. And she just proceeded to start like, doing her own thing. So, I was like, I said, you know what? I said, lady, I said, first of all, that was rude. That was really rude of you. And that was disrespectful. You didn't have to do all of that. I didn't say anything to offend you. I ain't threaten you. I didn't do anything. All I said was, hey, how you doing? And she just proceeded to be really nasty with me. And like I said, usually, in the line of work that I do, we deal with so many people. Like we deal with a lot of people on a daily basis. And, when we come up to people that are like this, I usually just walk away, give them a nod, or I'll laugh it off type deal. Because obviously there's something going on in their world that I'm not aware of. And I'm going to pray for y'all. You feel me? So it's very simple for us to just do that. Because like I said, we get rude people all the time. We get really mean people all the time. It's nothing new. But today, y'all, I couldn't do it. So I let Shorty have it. I said, look, that was rude. And, I'm trying to be clean. So I ain't going to tell y'all exactly what I said. But if you could think it, that's probably what I said. So, I just kind of let her have it or whatever, and like, mind you, I was like, God bless you. Have a, continue to have a good day or whatever. The sun's out, like, continue to try to shine, whatever. I was just trying to do the best thing I can do, WWJD, what would Jesus do? And I was just trying to be as best as I could, but she just kept talking or whatever. And, the B word probably slipped out somewhere. But like I said, I ain't no perfected person, but at the same time, you get what you give out. You give ugly, you're going to get it right back. Especially when a person like myself or even others are coming to you and they're coming to you as kind and as humble as they can, and you just give off rude at 10:30 a.m. in the morning. Mind you, if you didn't want to be talked to, why are you outside? Go inside then. But other than that, yeah, so that was just, she kind of jacked up my mojo for the day. And not to say the least, like, I think your girl is probably, Mother Nature is probably coming into town too. And I got to deal with her soon. Because she just got to just be here like every month. She just got to pop her head up every freaking month. So, whatever. But, yeah, so, I know there's a lot of us out there, speaking for myself, like, I try to lead with love and light, you guys. I try to lead with grace. I try to lead with compassion. I try to do all those things to the best of my ability. Like I said, I'm not perfected. I literally still have a lot of flaws, and I'm still growing. But like I said, when you give out ugly, you're going to get that crap right back, especially when you come to the right one. And some days, I am not the one, but some days I am the one, And, yeah, and that's just kind of how I feel about it. I don't know, my lip gloss tripping, but whatever. But yeah, so she just kind of really messed up my mojo. Like, I started to get down, in my mood. And I kind of, like, yeah, I'm going to be honest, after, like, probably like an hour later, like, I was just ready to go home and get in my bed and just go to sleep because I was just over it. Like, I just didn't understand what was the point of all that. I just don't get it. But, at the end of the day, learning from that situation, I pray for myself and even others, just continue to just be patient with people, be patient with yourself. always remember to just have like kindness to others, because we honestly don't know what anyone is going through. And I would also pray that, you know, other people that's outside of my world will understand that I'm a human being too. You feel me? Like, I'm human as well. Um, and I'm just me. I'm nothing like, you know, drastic. I'm really just me. I'm another human being just like you are. And, you know, I just, we just got to start moving, or, you know, continue to move in a way of love. You feel me? Like happiness, joy, peace, and just continue to learn how to walk away from things that's going to change our moods to be negative instead of positive. You can fight evil with kindness. You know what I mean? So that's just something that, like, I got back in the car and I literally asked God to forgive me, because, that was a character that I wouldn't want to portray. That was also a character, if I'm leading people, I don't want people to see that character. I want to be able to grow into a character of just calmness, and, you know, be able to give people love despite of how ugly they are inside. I want my inside and outside to be genuine and continue to be beautiful and of love. You know what I mean? So, you know, I definitely could have did that differently, but like I said, you get what you give out, okay? And we are all human beings. And stop being ugly to people, y'all. I need to learn that too. I need to stop being ugly to people too. But people just make me mad. They always doing something. But, you guys, I just appreciate you guys just listening on my Thursday and my Saturday rant. I appreciate you guys for just showing me the continuous love, supporting me, checking out the page, staying in tune. If you haven't subscribed, do it now so you don't miss out on anything. I think my next video that I will be probably putting out is just more of an update video with everything that's going on with the podcast, and all that stuff. So continue to stay tuned, and thank y'all so much, and I'll see y'all soon.